Hello, Renee Flamont here. You guys, another question I was asked recently, and I thought it was very interesting. They said, doesn't being alone attract more narcissists, Renee? Because I'm alone. And I said, it used to. It used to. Being alone, for me, used to attract more narcissists. And let me break this down. When you're alone, because I wasn't healed yet. So when you're alone and you're unhealed, and I hadn't learned all of this yet, and I wasn't really empowered against this yet, they can spot you a mile away. I think the neediness and the desire for a relationship, and it just seeped out of my pores. I was receptive. I would laugh at the jokes even if they weren't funny. I would respond positively to the love bombing affirmations because I was alone. And I was still thinking that being in a couple was where I should have been. And that being in a couple is what I should be looking for. And that being in a couple is what society wants you to be in. So I would overlook, can you hear a dog snoring? That's not Minnie. I'm watching my cousin's two Frenchies. Can you hear it? Okay, so being alone now is a different experience. I'm empowered now. So funnily enough, I've not attracted any narcissists lately. Do you know that? Do you know that? I swear they sense when you're strong and they sense when you're not. If you feel you are in a feeble position, you're just coming off your narcissist, you're trying to deal with the few weeks, months after that are torture to try to get through, to break your addiction from that narcissist. If you're in that space, it's probably not the best time for you to be reaching out and dating. Now, you might say, it's the only thing that can distract me is to go on 6 dates. Fine. Go on 6 dates. Make them under an hour. Don't believe anything they tell you. Make it be mathematical. I'm going to drive myself. I'm staying under 60 minutes. I might have 1 coffee or 1 drink. Do not break bread. Don't make it a longer thing. If they're real, if there's a connection, fine. So you'll get together for a second date. Take yourself to the car. Drive yourself home. They don't need to know where you live. Nothing. Keep yourself protected. Because yes, being alone, if you're in that vulnerable spot, absolutely attracts a narcissist because they want to come in, swoop in. They're going to take this broken person, this person's broken. Look how broken they are. They're all broken. I'm going to come in. I'm going to put them all together. Do you know what that does to their ego? Do you know that? Yeah. You come across sad. Oh, man, I just had a date. I told them all about my ex. Should I not have done that? Well, no. You shouldn't have. But you did now? Okay, so now they know full well that you are coming off a vulnerable space. Doesn't mean you can't turn it around and start behaving with more strength. So you might have gotten involved with another narcissist right after your last narcissist and you didn't know that you did. Because we go too fast, right? You're so anxious to repair the hole in you that we move so fast into the next person. It's the only thing that can distract us. Go on dates to distract you. That's fine. But you have to go slowly. Staying alone does not attract more narcissists. But being alone in a vulnerable state, yes, it will. Because they can see it and smell it a mile away. How? Because let's put it this way. Think about your own narcissist, right? With most narcissists that I hear about, they give off 10 red flags on night 1. What did I do to every single red flag that I saw on night 1? Guess. I swept under the carpet. Swept. Ignored this, ignored that. Pretended I didn't hear that. Thought he must have meant something else when he said that. Is he really saying that? Does he really wear his hair that way? Oh my God, the gold is a little much. The bracelet, the pink, are you kidding me? Right? So you ignore it all. Why? Because I was alone and in a vulnerable spot, not yet healed, and open to receiving any love no matter how it came to me. So in walks this dysfunctional narcissist and he starts love bombing me. Of course, I'm going to eat it up. Right? Of course. Of course I am. And the more I ate it up, the more he gave it. And then we become ensnared. Now being alone attracts no narcissist, because the second I've been approached, and the second somebody has an unhealthy thing, I'm out with it. I challenge them. I'd be like, do you know the word I said this to someone. Okay, here's a perfect example. There's this guy in my neighborhood back home in Orlando. He has been asking me out for years. Okay, years. He's married. Needless to say, my answer was no. His wife dies. I get a knock on my door. Hi. She was sick for a long time. This was 8 months ago. Knock on my door. Hi. She died. So he comes in. We just had some wine on my porch. No big deal. Neighborly. It was a neighborly thing. He went on and on and on for 2 hours talking about himself, which in the face of him grieving, of course, you make excuses for that behavior. But in the third hour, I said, do you know the word narcissist? This guy's career was FBI, so I know he knows that word, right? Because that's all mind personality types. And he goes, once I asked him that, the only thing that he could keep saying was, I can't believe you just said narcissist. I can't believe that you think I can't believe that. I can't believe that. Guess what? His wife's dead. He's been asking me out for years. He knocks on my door. We have wine. Because I said that to him, I've never even seen his face again. He used to walk the neighborhood every day. I've never even driven by him. It's like, does he avoid my house? Like, because I nailed it. So being alone, now if I were vulnerable and I didn't know about this, who knows that night? I might have said, okay, yeah, we can date now finally. Now that you're, alone for real and you're no longer married, and I felt terrible. I kept trying to toast his wife, toast her life, he just wanted to talk about himself, not even the grief over the wife, just talking about himself in the last 25 years of his life for 3 hours. So being alone in this case empowered me, because I let him go. Like I said, he was, whatever. His wife just died. Gets a pass. Sometimes you have friends, they take all the airtime because they're going through an issue. That's what I gave this meaning as. But the minute I said narcissist, now all of a sudden the guy that's been asking you out for 10 years, you never see him again. That would be a case where being alone is not attracting more narcissists. It's repelling them because I called them out. And that's what I would do now. I'm not going to attract anymore. I might attract them, but I will smell it and I will repel them, and they will scurry along as fast as they can if you challenge them. Don't worry about being alone attracting more narcissists. That's up to you who you allow in. You may attract them, but it's up to you who you allow in. Please keep that in mind and do not give away your power.